G'day scrappers! Been a little while, thought I'd do a bit of a scrap session with some interesting stuff that I've picked up lately. Yeah, so here there's, I've got what have I got, 7 of these different boxes. Most of them these power modules, the Nortel networks. It looks like this is the only one of this sort. Okay, yeah, so I did get quite a few of these a couple of months ago, but none of them, or most of them, didn't have these cards in there. It was just the power modules. It was basically just a scrap metal thing. But these look good. So I think all of them have got their cards in there, and at least 3. This one's got 4. There's a bit old, kind of old school CPU on here. Well, when I say old school, it's not really old school. Like, that's a nice board. It's got a couple of RAM sticks and a hard drive. It's cool how they've mounted the hard drive on the board. Yeah, it's screwed on. That's pretty interesting, really. And some gold band crystals and some tiny little gold corner VGAs. Good. Yeah. So, not a bad board, that. Well, when I say not a bad board, I mean, you know, it's only one little board. It's all about weight and volume, but I also like to have a bit of fun. So let's have a look at these cards anyway. Yeah, so I've got a few oddball things that I thought I'd scrap out. Is it just another module? We should have a little look here. Yeah, I have had these boards, as I said, but can't remember what was inside. No, they're not screwed in, they're just popped in. Oh yeah, so quite a decent card. Yeah, it's a higher grade, but it's just hard to put it into a grade. It's better than mid, but yeah, maybe we can get away with server. Okay, well that's definitely a Telecom type board, because it's got really no real rubbish. And it's all chips, so good Telecom board. And here, well, this one, yeah, it wouldn't go. If there was a big chip there or something, it would be better. But yeah, this is getting close to mid-grade, but maybe we can get away with server grade because it's really light. Wish it didn't have that, but hey, that's not bad. Okay. This is another one of those CPU type, or motherboard type board. It's, yeah, it would go as a server board. The RAM, what would it be? Yeah, not sure. It looks like it could be 8 gig. But I doubt it. And yeah, so this one, it's a little bit different. I don't think I ever got one of these units when I got a whole batch last time. Yeah. So there are some. This might be the boards. Some are really, really good. just have a lot of gold band crystal oscillators. I'm not sure if these are the ones though. Yeah, not quite the ones, but they do have, as you can see, a couple of gold bands. There's a gold band, gold corner BGA stuck to the heatsink. That's very common. And then what happens is, when you're better off just leaving it and throwing it in as mid-grade, because luckily there's some more chips, but I want those. Yeah. So, but there are 1, 2, 3 gold bands, 4 on this board, and then there'll be a couple more there, so 4, 8 altogether. Interesting. Okay, well, they're pretty easy to scrap, these things. There's a good old backplane board there, and we've got power modules. Looks like we might have to take a bit of stuff off here. All right. Be nicer if could just slide out the power modules and leave the box complete for scrap steel, but okay. Okay, well, there's our big power board. Okay. Just going to have to chop off some of these screws. And we got almost off. Okay. Here's our backplane board. Okay, so we just got little nuts here. Just got to get a little socket. Yeah. Chicken wants to have a look too. What are you doing up here? No, there's no food up here. You're a funny chicken, aren't you? Okay, let me just hang on. Hey, so I mean, they're not super spectacular or anything, but they're, I think, something a bit, interesting, a bit different. This sort of stuff is really coming out, getting recycled at the moment. It seems to be a big wave of these in the last 6 months. So, old technology. That all good. Okay. No. Okay. Okay, this is quite a lot of cable. That's pretty cool. Don't think the backplane boards are they should be similar on the other style. Hard to get a real sharp grip because the air is so cold. It's just the hands, the fingers. Not the fingers. Okay, so we've got a pretty decent backplane board here. Okay, awesome. Should be able to throw that into backplane boards. No problem. All right. Yeah, so I was meant to go street scrapping on the weekend, but I didn't end up going. Should be able to go this weekend, at least one day. It's probably not going to be worth going for scrap steel when I go street scrapping. I think I'm just going to focus on my eWaste, and that's it. What I pick up eWaste wise, the last batch from street scrapping that I took into the scrapyard, it was only mostly push bikes and stuff, but the van was nearly full. I threw in a few of my own things and spent quite a bit of time at the scrapyard, and you know, for scrap steel it was only about $60 for the whole load, and a lot of work. Because you know, bring it back from street scrapping, got to unload it and scrap out things like microwave ovens and stuff like that, and you know, by the time done all that and just got $60 for all that effort, I might as well just drive around street scrapping and pick up electronics and just things that might interest me. All right, so this I could, you know, can throw it into obviously low grade board, but I'm trying not to accumulate too much low grade now. But I could also throw this into irony alley. That's all aluminium. Clean off the wire, and like I say to a lot of scrappers, you know, if you've got time, you know, you take off all your transformers, all the aluminium, and even that's irony alley, you know, if you got time. All right, well, just got to clean a couple of wires out of this, but that's it. That's scrap. All right, just want to look at the boards on this one. It should be pretty much the same, except I think the boards might be a little bit different. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. These are the boards that I was really looking for. As you can see, hard drive. There's RAM under there. There's a CPU, and I'm pretty sure they were all black fiber CPUs, because when I got the last batch, I got a whole lot of boards loose. So they're pretty good. See, I bent it, but it's a 2.5-inch hard drive adapter. I try and keep them when I don't break them. All right. So, let's get this frame off. Okay, there's our little hard drive. Well, they all add up. Even these little ones. All right. So here's our board, and these are just regular flat packs under these green, heat sinks. There's a BGA under there. Yeah, not a bad board. Has that 2 batteries. It's quite unusual. But all we want is the CPU and RAM. All right. There we go. Black fiber. Nice. If you're going to get a fiber, you want black. Okay, bit of a heat sink. And there we have it. Black fiber. So of all the fibers, the black fibers are the best for gold recovery anyway. They're worth 2.5 times more than a green fiber by weight, maybe even 3 times more, even though it has a bit of a heat shield. Yeah, good gold recovery, and one big chunky RAM stick. It's handy. Yep, and there we go. And so once we take out the batteries, we've got, obviously we've still got a, it's a network, so it would go as server, even though it has still some rubbish on it, transformer and stuff like that. A lot of chips under there, good stuff. Didn't see any gold band crystals. Oh, there is one. That's good. All right, so that is much better than the other one, and yeah, I've still got another 5 sitting here, 4 actually, so 5 of these all up. Okay, RAM, 2 batteries again, and 1, 2, 3, 4 gold band crystals, and a server board. It would go as a server, and we can keep the RAM. And one more, same deal. All right, a smaller backplane board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this one's only got 4 slots. But yeah, we'll be able to get the backplane board, and yeah, these ones have got the power module here. Oh yeah, that's right. It's just the power board under this module. So I'll take that out. All right. Yeah, so server grade boards, and yeah, out of these ones, 3 server grade boards, but we do get a RAM, a hard drive, and nice black fiber. So the other one, Yeah, and there'll be one of these in every one. All right, well that's that. I'll finish off the others later. What else I got? How's this? I've gotten quite a few of these over the years. Oscilloscope. I've kept quite a few and really nice ones. This is how it came. So no cover, and probably just beaten around. This might have been from Hoarder's pickup that I did once. Yeah. All right, but there are some boards in there, and that's obviously the CRT and the tube going all the way through. So we've got to dispose of the CRT just like any other CRT. There's a pretty big transformer here. But yeah, quite a few boards, and I just want to have a look at the boards. Sometimes the boards can have, they may not look spectacular, but the chips are can be good for gold recovery, you know. So I think I'm just going to have to undo everything here. Really break it down. That's that. We got here. Brass. Just throw it in brass. Okay. That might do us. All right, so the first board, as I said, they don't always, look spectacular, these old school boards, but the chips can be really good for gold recovery. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get into them. Not always, but sometimes just okay. What do we got here? Yeah, can't really see the gold in these, but some can be exceptional. Yeah. Okay. But not yet. All right. Oscilloscope. Some people would be saying, "Oh no, not the oscilloscope." Well, believe me, I've got much better specimens than this. One day I might even end up scrapping them all. Who knows? Just for fun. All right. Yeah, a bit of a weird. I see a EEPROM there. Let's clean up some of this. Okay. CRT. Transformer. Nice. And old school. I like really old transformers, like pulling them out of old things, because I don't know, just something nice about sending it back to recycling and you know, getting that copper back and stuff like that. Beautiful. Much better than sitting in landfill. Alright, so I can clean that up. Normally I try and cut the cable of the CRT, but in this case this would have been sitting around for so long. Normally I cut that cable there before I start cutting anything else, but this would have been sitting around for 20 years doing nothing. And there's our oscilloscope CRT, and big tube in there. Some people say there's rhodium or something in these tubes or whatever. Oh, come on. You're never going to get it, even if there was stacks of it. Yeah, that's a good board. I like this one. It's quite loaded. You just get down here. Okay. Now a bit of sunshine coming through, so you can see all the patchy light coming through the trellis there. Kind of looks weird, but okay. Get there. Gosh. Certainly engineered this interestingly. Right. There we go. Chickens coming everywhere. Hey? You're bouncing around everywhere, both of you. So EEPROM cannot see any gold, so we assume it's just silver, but there's still some really nice chips, and could even get silver for it as it is, but I'd like some of these along the side, turn it into a mid-grade board, so that's not bad. Alright, well, you know, it's not the most glamorous scrap in the world, but it's still pretty different, you know. Get that out the way. It's just a little switchboard. So here's a good example, you know, like, well, I don't buy low-grade boards anymore, right? So but just for those in other places. So here we got, really it's not anything, it's not even a low grade board, but because of these switches, and there could be some brass in the switch and also silver contacts and stuff, so yeah, we can still throw it in to low grade board if you got a buyer to buy your low grade. Here in Melbourne, best to go send your low grade to a scrapyard. There are scrapyards in Melbourne like Hearts Recycling. They'll buy your low grade boards and mixed circuit boards. Okay, I think they pay something like 50 cents a kilo, which is well, certainly better than what I would pay. I don't want to deal with it really. Okay, how many chickens are going to come up on this table? Hey? You know what I mean? What's the big scene around here? I mean, gosh, they've got the whole garden to run around and scratch and find food or whatever. No. I'll just sit right here, thank you very much. Okay, So these boards are just really, yeah, basic, lowish grade, probably mid because they're old and there'll be better things. But I've got to take off all these little switches to get these out or break them off. All I really want is the wire, but I will break them out and throw them into low grade or something. We'll leave that. That's the oscilloscope. Interesting. Not a great deal, but yeah, just something different. All right. I might go and scrounge up some lettuce for the chickens. I've got something else I want to scrap, but got a couple of really interesting pieces. Let me just deal with these chickens. Give them a job. I might give them some copper wire to strip. Don't eat screws. I'll be back. Okay, well, this object here is a Hewlett-Packard Telecom data analyzer. So basically, they, you know, just one of those things that they'd go to network systems and they'd test things out. Something like that. Now you're back again. I thought I fed you. You can't miss a scrap, can you? Okay, so it's kind of like a little weird little computer. So there we have it. Really weird. So 37732A Datacom analyzer. All right. So no doubt this is where they connect it up and away they go. Check all the little things. Looks like some nice gold pins there. Don't know how to I'm just going to completely strip this down. I don't want it, and doesn't really float my boat, but I do enjoy these real strange things that you only get once in a blue moon. Okay, well, that was pretty quick and easy. Just aluminium, throw it into irony alley. All right. Oh, okay. Wowie, wow. I did not expect so many cards in there. Look at that. Layers. Wow. So this would have been must have been quite an expensive kit. Okay. Let me zoom out. All right. So I'm just going to continue stripping this right down. Wow, this is don't know if I have to get that off. All right. Well, we've got the this part here. There's got to be something there too. So we'll get into that bit later. All right. Here we go. Yep. Since I'm here, it's going to probably want this done. All right. Wow. Just by the amount of boards in here, yeah, I wish I got a lot more of these. They certainly pack a punch. But it still depends on what the boards look like, I suppose. Oh, quite superb there. Wow. Yeah, I dare say this would have been a very expensive little kit in its day. Just a couple of little power boards there. Just a little fan. It's cool. Yeah, I don't even have to take off these power boards really. I can take out some of this wire and I can just throw this whole thing into irony alley. It's all aluminium, and just throw it into dirty alley. Wow. Wow, I did not expect all this circuitry here. Okay, look at that. Xilinx. I like the flat packs inside these little things. I like to keep these type of flat packs. Some of these can be great for gold. There's a EEPROM dated 1993. Yeah, can't see any gold there, so that's no good to me. What is good to me are these two flat packs, this ceramic and this ceramic. The rest are plastic. That's also removable, I see. It'll be a mid-grade board. I'll leave that EEPROM on. Does have the nice little MLCCs. Can maybe take some of them. All right. First board. Nice. Yeah. So, yeah, quite a good board. Wow. Oh, this is spectacular. We make sure when these type of risers, if they're quite heavy, always check. Okay, slightly magnetic, right? So it's not brass. It's a form of stainless steel that has got a slight magnetic to it. I don't worry about them ones. This is going to be really interesting. Now this board looks great. Look at that. 6 Xilinx. Wow. So this going as it is, you would get Telecom. Take out the these flat packs. You'll get still a higher grade because you're still going to have a lot of these chips. You could always bring it down again. Maybe take this Motorola IC and then throw the rest in mid-grade. But if you leave these chips in there, it would definitely be at least a server. Probably just take off this steel plate just to make it look a bit better. Less steel, and it's got some good circuitry in there. It's also got the little MLCCs in the resin dips all over it. So good board. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, geez. Just disappointed I ain't ever seen one. Imagine getting 50 of these. Look at that board. And that's a really nice Motorola chip here. Can even look up that part number. Very easy to just type that part number in Google and it'll tell you exactly what it is. And it could be a collectible. Doubt it would be worth like reinstating it in another system, because this is a very old system that I don't use this stuff anymore. And same for EPROMs, are usually very coded, very specific. So I cannot see any gold in there as well, in none of them. Definitely silver, but don't be surprised if there could be platinum. A lot of people will say, no, there's no play, it's just silver, and it could also even be aluminium. They make bonding wire aluminium. So, but I just find it, hard to believe that wire are gold in some and it wouldn't be something like platinum in the others, as opposed to silver, because silver does tarnish. All right, so that Motorola chip there is what I want to look at. Again, it's at least a server grade board. You've got to watch these batteries. Sometimes they just look like capacitors, but that's definitely a battery. So no matter what you're selling this as, whether you bring it down to a mid-grade, you still got to take the battery off, right? And that's a lithium inorganic battery. Pretty lethal. Beautiful board. Okay, and now still got 2 or 3 boards in there. Okay, good board. It's just a mid-grade, but can pick up a few little things. There's nothing spectacular on that one. A little speaker. Okay, and this thing. Okay, so this is okay. It's actually a good board under there. It's just that LCD screen. Wow, look at that board. Nice, all NEC chips, flat packs on the yeah. So yeah, either take off all the chips and the little pins there, they're not that good, but take off all the chips and then just throw it into scrap steel, or throw this whole thing without taking off chips into mid-grade. It's only mid-grade or peripheral board because it's got this, still got this screen on it and stuff, but still. And there's that little power board. So if you throw it into like this, you probably get away with being a mid-grade board. It's got a couple of chips, componentry, but take off the chips, throw it into low grade scrap metal. All right, so that's done. Yeah, can leave the rest. That's just scrap steel. Won't worry about anything else in there. Wouldn't be nothing there. That's that. Now, still got this just in case I want to have a look, but it might be. Bit awkward. How? There's no sign of how to get into it. I'm really not sure how to get into it. Okay, there's no screen. I might see if I can give it a few whacks with a hammer. Sometimes you need to start bashing into it to work out what to undo. And I'm pretty sure all it is really is just these little handle screws. So I certainly made a mess. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, there's some nice braided copper wire. So you put this into burnt copper or tinned copper, welded copper, anything like that. Well, it is tin plated copper, so you get a lot in CRT TVs, you know, that thin wire. All right, this is what I want. Awesome. And I've got one more thing to scrap, another kind of a telecom thing. So hang around for that. All right. Finally. Wow. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so yeah, okay. It's missing the flat pack in there. Oh no, there it is. Fell out. Perfect. You can even look these up. Because they don't have pins, they've just got these things. They're much easier to keep in good condition. And you know, if you look them up, you can. You know, sometimes you might score something that's hard to get. Just have a look at the EEPROM. Yep, so definitely none of these EEPROMs in this thing shows gold. Got some gold female pins there, but yeah, still I'd take them too, and I'd just throw it in the mid-grade. And that's it. So that's that. Power board, the LED board, well, LCD, mid-grade. Pretty decent board with a really good Motorola flat pack and a little one there. Good board. This is a great board with 6 Xilinx flat packs, and yeah, it looks like a couple of different versions. But they also have different batch numbers, and they do specific little different things for different applications. That's why they're really hard to sell, but they're not like a regular CPU where it's straightforward. A lot of these are customized, especially EEPROMs. But yeah, a couple more. And is that? Yeah, that's a Motorola. I prefer the Motorola's out of all the flat packs. They're awesome. So that's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a couple of power boards. Pretty darn good. All right, one more thing. All right, so this last thing is a Telstra commander system. Now, I used to think the real old ones were going to be good. Like before Telstra, it used to be Telecom. And the Telecom ones, they're so old that the boards actually... You'd think that the old boards would be really good on them, but they're really not for gold recovery. I'm just trying to work out how to get this all open. Okay. Oh, well, it looks like a whole heap of plastic, that's for sure. Okay. All right. Sure. Say goodbye. Just sometimes it just gets in the way. All right. So we want to go this way. What's underneath? Yeah. So it's all doesn't look spectacular, but okay. So these look like just blanks, to be honest. Sure. Can't. Okay. Yeah, so they're basically just power boards, really. Unfortunately, they do have some 2 good Nortel flat packs. That's the only thing I'd take, and I'll just throw this into low grade with that and all. That's now I know. Kind of. There we go, same deal. Alright, okay, this one looks a little bit better. Quite old, the plastic's quite brittle. Alright, yeah, nothing spectacular. Nortels and LSIs, and that's it. Little grommets for, looks like optical fiber kind of thing. So it's not, they're not really old, these ones. Alright, here's a card. Okay. Usually in the cards, sometimes you get a really nice board. It's always going to be at least a mid-grade board. But sometimes you get gold band crystals in these boards. Not on this one. That's just a mid-grade board. They're like little memory chips. All right. And okay. Yeah. So NV RAM cartridge. They certainly don't make them like this anymore. The things we do for gold recovery and make a bit of money sometimes. Okay, so just another decent mid-grade board, but can get away with taking this flat pack off here because it does have a lot of chips there, so good one. More plastic. This is the power supply. Plastic. Yeah, did that. It's just a big power board. Gonna have to take off the whole top. It's only the power board anyway. This interesting board here. Check that one out. And yeah. Okay. So quite full on, but it's just nothing on here. It's pretty much just a low grade board. I mean, if we left them, we'll get away, no doubt, with a... It's really just a mid grade board. It does have good pins here though, strangely. For some reason, normally pins aren't that great, but yeah, these are really well plated. Yeah, even got a bit of brass screws, so I'll definitely I'll take them, and then throw the rest into low grade. That's my best option. And yeah, this one's will get away with being it's really hard. Probably get away with being a server board, but I'll bring it down to mid grade because I want this really nice Motorola chip here. These are the ones I like. I like these with the 4 corners sticking out. These have been great for gold recovery. And so to bring this down to a mid grade, I'll take that, and that. And then it's a good mid grade board. It's just not quite a server grade. Certainly not Telecom grade, but close. You know, it's getting close. Wow, a lot of plastic. So certainly more plastic than anything, but at least we got some decent chips anyway, and these 2 powers. So that wasn't bad really. Plus the big power board that we're getting out of it. No steel in that one. All right. I think it's probably enough for a little bit of a scrap marathon today. Yeah, still got to finish off these reasonably low grade boards on the crystal, on the oscilloscope. But yeah, and that was a pretty nice board. Can throw this whole thing into, like I said, either a server grade, Telecom grade, or take some chips off, bring it down to mid. But this board here, this was good because of the black fiber CPU. Yeah. So I've got another 4 to go. So hopefully there'll be 1 in each one. I think. Oh. They're just them. So we'll get onto them for the rest of the day. All right, guys. Well, that's just a little bit of a scrap. Thought I'd have a bit of fun today, put it on video, but just got to clean up this stuff now. Nice back plane. And yeah, I'll be street scrapping in a few days, so look out for the street scrap videos. And yeah, get out there and have a bit of fun. And like I said, I'm just going to look for eWaste. I'm not going to bother with scrap steel because I do need eWaste to scrap, and even modems and little things, and probably just go out and have a bit of fun really. Very hard to make a decent amount of money street scrapping these days because there's just so much competition out there, you know, so figure let some of them have their chance too. Alright guys, well, keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you in the next one.